Hello, hello, and welcome back to You Are the Masterpiece podcast, where you are just perfect as you are, right? We do not have to be perfect as long as we are taking the effort, and we are all work in progress and the masterpiece at the same time. So, if this is the first time you are tuning in, hello, my name is Irina Portnova, and I'm the host of this beautiful episodes and this beautiful podcast. And we talk about different areas of our life, whether you are manifesting, whether you are using any other modality. But the point is that the more we keep our mind open, the more is there for us to learn and to grow and to become. And today I have a pleasure to have my guest, Jennifer Seifert. And Jennifer, just introduce yourself, who you are, and what you're doing in this world.
I am Jennifer Seifert, and I have Activate Your Prosperous Life beside my name right now because I am going full into my purpose, into my mission work, and I'm hosting a summit. And part of
Mhm.
what I do for people is I help you to realize your purpose if you don't already know it, but also go deeper and up level your purpose and really become powerful at it. Be powerful
Mhm.
in your energy and then create the prosperity that you desire doing your work.
Mhm.
And that's what I do for myself. And Arena and I have been talking a lot lately and connecting and going deeper lately. And really, I help you show up for the life that you've been dreaming of. I help you show up
Mhm.
in the life that you've been dreaming of. And that's what I noticed that I'm doing. I'm showing up for the life that I've been dreaming of since I was 5 years old. And I know that you have been dreaming of a similar life. And maybe you got thrown off track, or people have discouraged you, or you ended up in a career that wasn't fulfilling for you. You can change. I have done all of these changes. This is like my seventh career that I'm on now, and it's all possible for you. So I really help people get into the energy and frequency of all possibilities are happening and possible now.
Mhm. Yes, I love that. And today it brings us to our topic where we are talking about from intention to prosperity. How do we actually want to know what we want before we start using our life force, right? And this is super, super powerful. And tell a little bit more about the intention behind the summit because we've been working for some time together. And I remember you came initially as the expert on my summit that I had, Elevate Your Money Mindset. And then I said, Jennifer, if you want to learn how to run your own summit, because this is the way to connect with people, this is the way to grow our visibility and authority, and also connect with amazing speakers, amazing influencers, and just really build the community of the people who want more out of life, right? And you just said yes, right? You were not thinking much. And I'm super grateful for that because, again, there was the intention behind it. And what was your intention?
Well, my intention also lines up with my purpose. And I've been having some reflection back to when I was a little kid lately, as I'm entering into this year of 2026. And this hasn't been happening, just didn't happen overnight. I've been preparing my whole life for the life I'm going to lead. I am leading right now. And I've been doing a
Mhm.
lot of work and practice. And I'm an extremely disciplined person. And intention is very important. You have to know where you want to go and what you want to have because the
Mhm.
universe likes to help us, but it doesn't like wishy washy. It doesn't like, oh, I think I want this today, but oh, maybe I don't and I want that tomorrow. It likes decisiveness and clarity. Because have you ever noticed within yourself when you're confused or overwhelmed or anxious or worried or feeling guilty or resentful, you contract. You don't feel good. You don't feel good, and
Mhm.
things just don't seem to work out the way you want
Mhm.
them to or the way you're intending to, and it snowballs and it gets you into feeling even worse about yourself. Well, the same thing can happen if you start accessing the positive mental attitude that you do have, and you think about what you want instead of what you don't want, and you
Mhm.
actually take the steps towards that. And so with the summit, back when Arena and I met, I think in June or May, June
Mhm.
last year, and I spoke on her summit, I pressed the button on her VIP rooms. I
Mhm.
went into her VIP because I was very curious at what is she doing. I love this woman's energy. I love manifesting. I want to get closer to her. And so I pressed the button on elevating my money mindset. I don't need to
Mhm.
think that, oh, I already know everything. I don't. I don't.
Mhm.
And what Arena has really taught me a lot since we've been collaborating and working together is that the energy of being in the same, in frequencies of high vibe people expands you and amplifies you. And that's why my summit is like expanding me and amplifying
Mhm.
me every day. And it hasn't even started yet. We're still just like promoting it. And I have created a place where 35 speakers have come into my life. And these people are really very influential and very powerful speakers. And I'm so excited to be surrounded by them.
I love what you share. And what comes to my mind is the manifestation, right? It's just like if we kind of trickle back everything and start from the same thing when I was manifesting great people who are not afraid to do this work, who are ready to invest in themselves, right? And at the same token, you must have been manifesting more visibility, more, ways to connect and create these communities, and how we just the universe brought us together. Because I just want to give the shout out to Summer dear, who has her beautiful networking, right? That's exactly where we met. Again, it's not like we knew each other. We just came to Summer's event and we just had this one-on-one conversation, and then everything was just coming one step at another. And that's exactly how things are manifesting in our life. I just want to bring it into perspective to the people who are still sitting with that moment of, but how I'm going to make it happen. How is not something that is for us to know. What we want to be actually confident is, I know what I want and I know why I want it, and the how is going to come in the process. Because like we were talking earlier on your life when you were gathering all of us, and I just love to watch you in work. Because again, like step by step, right? When you were saying yes to our program, you did not know every step. And let me ask you, was there like any fear or doubt creeping up through the whole process?
I think there's been fears and doubts, and I think because I have a very strong discipline and practice,
Mm-hmm.
and as a teacher, you're always a student. So when you're always
Yes.
teaching yourself and learning more. And I have coaches. I have multiple coaches, so I have a lot of support, and I consciously work with the universe. I consciously ask the universe for help. So
Mm-hmm.
as little fears and doubts, because I like to know everything. I'm a very curious person. I
Yes.
want to know
You
how it
you
all is
are
going
the
to happen.
best. Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
want to know how it's all going to unfold and how does the tech work and how does it all come together. I'm usually 10 steps ahead, like
Mm-hmm.
in the like what I want to know. But
Mm-hmm.
that's what your coaches and your mentors do is like, well, don't worry about that right now. Just focus what's on your plate at the moment,
Yes.
because unless you do this first thing, you can't get to step number 10. And
Mm-hmm.
being held in a container where I already experienced what she knows how to create, so I had no problem trusting. And
Oh,
I'm a
that's
very
so
intuitive
beautiful.
person as well, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm highly uh, of a
You took
Scorpio.
the best of both.
Yeah, yeah,
The
like, I'm
logical
tuning in.
side and
Yeah,
intuitive side. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, and so I'm tuning in and following my guidance.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, one of the things that's really shifted in the last year and a half for me is visibility. I have a multi-author book coming out in February called Modern Day High Priestess, and I had to post and I had to gather 22 women into that book for a whole year. And I was
Mm-hmm.
afraid at first of saying I'm a priestess. I was,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I keep posting for this book, but I'm not posting for my work. Well, the book is my work. It explains everything about my work. It's all about
Mm-hmm.
me. So I had to let go of that fear, that scarcity mindset, and so I just kept being visible. And I kept
Mm-hmm.
looking and intending to find more ways to be visible. And
Mm-hmm.
part of my purpose is to be an influencer. Part of my purpose is to activate the frequency of prosperity and purpose and power on the planet. And so I have to be visible. And so
Mm-hmm.
my fears is when they come up now, I just keep going into them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was just on a live stream and the internet crapped out and everything was
Right.
falling apart, and I didn't freak out or anything, and you know what? I got kicked out of my own live stream and my speakers finished it off for me. So what about trusting that I always have good people around me to help me and support me?
Yes, I love that. It just, like I wanted to go deeper into that story because it's just you are the example that you walk your talk. You are not here just saying that, like live prosperous. There is a way that you can open the channel for prosperity. You are actually showing it with your actions, and your actions demonstrate the results because now, you've taken your time, you said yes to yourself, you partnered with me to learn the summits, and then you were taking every step. You were not staying overwhelmed because we were just taking each step at a time, right? And now look at you, you are in your promo for your big event. And how does that feel?
It feels it's super expanding, and I feel like every day, and even today, I was on a TV show, a live stream TV show
Mhm.
today through Arena. Like, she's a great connection to have.
Yes, we
Yes,
are just
yes,
prospering
yes,
together. Thank you.
yeah, yeah. Um, and so I really felt expanded on that show because I also saw an opportunity for me to be a host as well.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
I didn't just start speaking yesterday. I've been practicing for 4 years. I have my own receptive radio podcast live
Hmm.
stream
Beautiful.
where I go
Yes.
live every week. And
Hmm.
when you practice, whatever it is, I've been practicing stuff since I was a little kid. I come from a horse racing family. You have to practice in order to get in the winner's circle. I grew up with that knowledge. I witnessed it. It was it's part of my DNA. So I know you have to practice before you see the proof.
Hmm.
But when you
Yes.
get to the proof, it seems really easy because you've been preparing yourself.
Yes. Such a great like insight, Jennifer, because remember, it's all about staying on that frequency. So
Mhm.
when we are going live, when we are having our podcast, it actually uh, attracts everything what's on the same frequency. So people are watching, and we are expanding our capacity to hold, right? And we get the invitations to be on other shows and do other great things. And I love, like you said, that success actually loves the preparation. So what good is that? And I remember I was coaching at one of the programs, and we were learning how to be the speakers on other platforms. And our mentor was saying, you know what, it's great to have your talk, it's great to have your speaker form ready if somebody is going to call in, so you are all prepared. It's better to be prepared and know when the opportunity comes to say, hey, I'm ready, than to receive the opportunity and then freak out because nothing is ready, right? So this is exactly what it is. Success loves preparation. And that's exactly how we are learning through this work, how to be prepared for that success. And actually that success is here.
It is here. And, like the other day, I did get an invitation to go on another summit as a speaker.
Mm-hmm.
I took action immediately. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I put that to the top of the list. Like, if an opportunity to expand and be visible and be in other front of other people's audiences, that's top priority. That's 20 minutes that I
Mm-hmm.
need to spend right now, drop everything else. And because
Absolutely.
I have the things and the tools and I've learned these things and I have them ready, bang. But it's
Yep.
about creating your own stages too, not waiting for other stages to come to you when you're starting out as a coach or a mentor or an influencer.
Mm-hmm.
You create your own stages, and I think that's one thing that I've done for myself.
Yes, I love it. So let's talk more about your summit. So, what was the intention when you were putting this summit together? Because obviously, a lot of people want to tap into prosperity, into money, but at the same token there is a lot of noise out there, and also people are not really committed, right? So
Mhm.
tell us more, who is this summit for? What kind of people are registering for your summit, and why it's important for them?
So this is for conscious entrepreneurs, people who, maybe you've been stuck, maybe you're sick of yourself, you're sick of your limiting beliefs and your old mindsets because they're not turning out results for you. You're you think you're doing the work, but nothing is happening. Because
Mm-hmm.
and you might be really busy, but maybe you're not working on revenue generating activities. And
Mm-hmm.
you and that can happen when you're all by yourself. Believe me, I'm still all by myself. I have a few new assistants helping me now to grow the summit, but if you're a conscious entrepreneur and you do know that you're here, you already know your purpose. You already maybe you don't know your purpose, but you know you're in the wrong career and you want to get clear on what your purpose is. You know that you deserve more. You know that you
Mm-hmm.
deserve more. You know that you have a valuable product and service that more people need to see. And maybe you do want to start speaking as well. Maybe you do want to write a book. Maybe you do want to go to that next level in income generation and you've been plateauing for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
This is about create the prosperity and abundance is a frequency, and the main society and consciousness of the world has been operating in scarcity for
Mm-hmm.
a couple thousand years here. And
Mm-hmm.
now there's an opening, there's a window, and there's this really big window, and I intuitively was guided because I was going to have a summit earlier at the end of December 2025, but it wasn't working out. It wasn't coming together. And so I intuitively kept feeling January, January, January. And I followed that and it all lines up astrologically. Like the January is one of the most this month. There's so
Yes.
many alignments and openings happening. This is the time to really press the button on I know I want it. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to say yes and decide to hang out with people who are and have been preparing for this time for a long time.
Mm-hmm. I love
And
that.
I don't know if I answered your question, but
Yes, you did. And as you were speaking, another thing popped up for me. I love the keyword create prosperity, because we can actually create, my jam is create cash on demand, right? We can create more in our life, right? And our society, like you correctly mentioned, wants to keep us in the box of scarcity. The economy is bad, the prices are rising, everything is just, and then people are working for somebody and not actually creating their own wealth because they were not taught how. And I think it's also a great way to join your summit for people who just, really want to do something for themselves. Because even when we are working hard, it's a different feeling when you work hard for yourself and you
Yes.
are actually enjoying what you are doing, because rather than depleting from the energy, when you are doing something what you love, when you are doing something what you meant to do, you are actually receiving more. It's like, that fuel just coming back to us, right? So it's a different level of alignedness and creativity, and just, like focus our attention on something that is meaningful, because now we are feeding into our business, we are growing our business. And that's a different level of creation, right? Because again, we are not told what to do. We are not just going there and we are capped at some, ceiling of money that we can have, right? Because again, you can even talk a little bit about your career, like you are coming from the accounting CPA space. Like, who would ever quit that job and come to do something that you are not certain how to do, and nobody guarantees you the revenue and everything else? Jennifer, can you touch on that a little bit? Because
Yeah,
the
like,
idea, yes.
I mean, I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. I was an entrepreneur as a CPA. I was an associate or a consultant in firms, big firms that worked with entrepreneurs. So I really studied their patterns because accounting is all about patterns and balance, right? And
Mm-hmm,
I have my own kind of take on it that other accountants might not have. So um,
mm-hmm,
for me, I was an amazing accountant, and I really used all my intuitive skills, all of my gifts in that career and profession. But it drained me and it was boring because I'm a real
mm-hmm.
visionary and creative. I know I'm meant for more. And I just kept, getting to this top and making millions of dollars for the firm because I am amazing at sales and I am amazing at completing work and organizing a team to be very productive. And I know that can make these millions for myself by
Totally.
following the guidance. And so what really led me to quit is that I wasn't feeling good there. My
Mm-hmm.
intuition was really telling me you're not following the path that you're meant to be on. And when you start feeling sick to your stomach, and when
Mm-hmm.
I drove into the parking lot, my energy would just start depleting when I would go to the office. And so I really had to start paying attention to these things. And before I ever quit, because I never recommend anybody jumps off the ledge and quits before they're prepared, I started preparing myself. I started working with coaches around speaking, around how to market and sell my purpose, because it's a little bit different. Accounting's recession proof. Everybody needs accounting.
Totally.
Everybody does need a coach too, and or a mentor or a trainer, because that's what helps us grow. That's what helps us expand. And if you're in the normal mainstream society, at work, you're being mentored, but I saw a lot of none of that happening. I saw a lot of go into the office, do what we tell you to do, and no actual training to become better at what you're doing because everyone's too
Mm-hmm.
busy. Everyone's too busy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, so technically, they should be hiring me to come back now and really mentor their mentors how to be mentors.
You know what? This is probably a good drop of idea that just landed on you, right? Again,
Oh, yeah.
it's not the lack of the resources, it's the lack of our awareness. And idea is the first
Mhm.
currency from the universe, right? But what I wanted also to point out, it's yes, it's scary to start doing something you've never done before. That's why you never do it alone. That's why
Yeah.
you have mentors and coaches, right? And a lot of people know the importance of having the gym coach, the fitness coach. But a lot of people do not realize that the same way you train your brain muscle, the same way you train your body muscle, so it's all equivalent. And once you partner with somebody, even when people are saying, I do not need that, I'm okay, Well, we all have our areas that we want to improve. And if somebody doesn't know, another way, just an invitation, just to keep the corner of your mind open for the possibility and see what's coming out, right? You do not know what you do not know. And if you keep your mind closed and fixed to experience something, you are missing out on a lot of great things, right? Again, this is not something that they are going to share on the news channel. That's why tune in to these kind of conversations as well as to the summit. And there is a link in the chat for the summit if that's something that sparked your curiosity and you want to learn more about it, because this is absolutely complimentary event unless you invest in VIP. And I highly recommend to invest, because by investing that $37, you can go back to these interviews again and again and again, because the information lands in the layers. And each time we listen to the same information, it lands differently. New insights are coming, right? And you have the access. And the best, Jennifer also created these Zoom room. How do you call them?
I
Prosperity
call them
rooms. I love.
prosperity rooms.
Yes, I love that name. So, prosperity rooms, where you can join these rooms with like-minded people and receive the, life coaching from Jennifer at the real time, where you can ask any question, and there are some experts that are also coming in. So, it's a great place to start expanding, because again, a lot of times we do not have these people around us. So it's good to follow what your heart tells you to do, and just be curious and see where it takes you, because every decision that you're making is going to change the trajectory of your life. So we want to encourage you, just click on the registration link. And if your heart says, okay, let me test what that VIP is all about, you are welcome. Again, you do not have to be anywhere at particular time, at particular day. All it is that all interviews are going to be released to your inbox. Unless you have the VIP pass, then you come to these few live sessions, as well as Jennifer has other gifts for you as you are VIP, right? So the idea is you just sit at your home. You'll receive the interviews, 2 3 interviews per day, so you can actually digest them within 24 hours, and then they are replaced with other interviews. And it's starting on January 16th,
Yeah, Friday.
right? And so just join at any point, because again, if we have make a decision to grow, you'll see that you are going to start expanding exponentially, because like Jennifer shared, the energy is there, the platform is amazing, the experts are outstanding. So you really want to connect to that, because proximity is everything, and you want to open up that channel for prosperity and for receiving.
And I want to just go deeper into that for touch on. It's like how I also, over the years, over 30 years, started growing and expanding was hanging around people who are more powerful than me.
Mm-hmm.
Learning from people, learning from their energy. And what I've learned about energy and frequency and people, because we all hold energy in our body, and
Mm-hmm.
we're getting more and more intuitive. Like we are, it's just happening.
Mm-hmm.
And we start to feel and notice more subtle energies than we've ever experienced before. And what I've noticed is when I'm hanging around people who are all vibing at higher frequencies than me or at the same, I get lifted up. I get lifted up.
Mm-hmm.
I get lifted up. I get inspired. I start feeling, oh, I can do this. I can do
Mm-hmm.
this. And it's a lot more, it's different. It's a growth field. It's a growth field. But the comfort zone field, which I know intimately as well too, is more of a I don't know. I don't know. It's very indecisive. It's very indecisive, and indecisive leads to actually not doing anything at all. When you're confused, you
Mm-hmm.
don't do anything.
Yep.
And you actually are by yourself more, or you're hanging out with people who are still in that energy. So you kind of have
Mhm.
to make a navigational move and put a, you know, a stake in the ground, a foot through the door, and $37 Canadian is a very inexpensive way to get your foot in the
Mhm.
door, activate a prosperous life for yourself in 2026. You got to start somewhere. You got to start
Mhm.
somewhere. If you've been wanting more wealth, more money, more health, vitality, more positive thinking, everyone in this summit is talking about that stuff. And Arena is also speaking there too about manifesting cash on demand. You can't miss her
Mhm.
interview.
Yes.
And you can only get access to the interviews if you register for the summit.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. So, any last tips you wanted to give, Jennifer, for the audience? Because, like we mentioned, join the summit and just see what's unfolding for you. You don't have to be anywhere in the room. Just sign up and you receive the inbox delivered to your emails delivered to your inbox, and you also have the option to join the VIP. And I love the VIP because you want to be treated like, who wouldn't want to be treated as VIP? I love that extra pampering. I love that extra service. So I want to go out anywhere in the VIP. And by the way, I also invested in the Summit VIP because
Yeah,
this is who I am.
exactly.
Yes.
And VIP also means very in tune person.
Mm-hmm.
So you're following your guidance and tuning in more and more to yourself when you treat yourself like a VIP. And so one of
Yes.
my tips is just like be take the risk and hang out with some more powerful people. If you don't know, go for it. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
if I don't know comes up into your vortex or your frequency, it means get curious and go for it. Go look and
Absolutely.
see. Yeah,
Do it
come and
afraid.
play.
That's the thing. It's just like, know that we were all at that point where we did not know the steps, when we were scared, when we did not know what we are getting into, but it never stopped us because, again, if you have your strong why, you're going to continue taking it step by step until you actually hit that overflow and you start experiencing the life to the fullest. Because prosperity, it's not only about lots of money, it's also about lots of joy, lots of happiness, lots of gratitude, right? We were talking about it earlier on the TV show. So there are a lot of great things that you are going to tap into because the state of being is determining what we are attracting. And if we are just, working and exhausting because we are not producing the results, how do you think we can handle more, right? So the idea is come into that space of like-minded people, of people who are here to support you, to uplift you, and just bask in that beautiful energy, because this is the energy you want to rub off on yours, right, on your body, on your energy, so you start also creating that impact and connecting to that prosperity that we all have the power to. It's not for chosen, it's for everybody, but not everybody is willing to work. And that's the thing, right? Not everybody is willing to do that inner work because it requires some rigorous work. But again, for whoever is ready to do that, this is amazing, amazing path.
It is. And guides like us, we know, that's
Mm-hmm.
why we hold your hand. That's why we help you
Yes.
to practice, start small, take a little step all the time so that you can change slowly or change as fast as you want.
Absolutely.
Depends if you're a high achiever or whatever, like us.
Yes, with lots of love, with lots of
Yes.
love, right?
Yeah.
Hugs,
Nurturing.
love. So you feel so
Yeah.
much support because
Yeah.
remember, everywhere else, it's like, how can you do that? And
Mm.
then we become our own self-critiques. So we want to make sure that we handle you with softness and love. So you want to come back more and more.
Yes.
All right. That was such a powerful conversation, Jennifer. Thank you so much. And looking forward again. The registration link is right in here in this live. If you can't find it, just comment, and we'll drop another link there. We have no issue with that, but we want you to hang out more with us, because you'll see your life is going to look so much different, and you're going to be glad that you said yes to this beautiful event. All right. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Jennifer, and looking forward to create more beautiful things together. And for everybody who tune in, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to want to deeper your understanding of yourself and how the prosperity is created. And again, just make that decision to be part of that beautiful movement, and you'll see how your life is going to change in a better way. Thank you, and see everybody on the next episode. Bye.